Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you noticed, I'm not recording videos lately every day because I feel like I need some vacation, some warm weather, sun, and a lot of vitamin D. But nevertheless, here's the video and what I have chosen for you today. Those are the topics. We will be starting with the US ambassador to Ukraine, who is stepping down or has been fired. So maybe let's start with this. We will first look at the article. We're gonna read this first, and then I will show you this lady in a video. So, US ambassador to Ukraine stepping down. US Ambassador to Ukraine, Bridget Brink, is stepping down from the role she held for nearly 3 years, according to the State Department. The announcement comes just days after she received rare public criticism from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky over her wording in a public statement about a Russian attack on his hometown. It's unclear what impact the criticism had on Brink's exit. So here is a statement from a State Department. Ambassador Brink is stepping down. She's been the ambassador there for 3 years. That's a long time in a war zone. And frankly, the war has gone on for far too long. The real issue is whether the Russians and Ukrainians are ready to do what's necessary to end this war. So let's take a look at a short video here. I'm going to mute myself and then we will have some statements from the spokeswoman for the State Department.
And in this particular case, the Ambassador Brink's been ambassador at the embassy in Ukraine for 3 years, during a time of war for those 3 years. An extraordinary performance there, and we wish her well.
Interesting. I don't know. Something is just interesting here. I don't think it has to do with how long she was in that position. But since we are on the topic of Russia, apparently, is it today? I think it's gonna be today. Witkoff, who you know is this person here, who is presidential envoy. He's heading to Russia for what could be his third personal meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to them, the meeting might take place later on Friday. The flight carrying Witkoff departed from Fort Lauderdale in Florida and landed in Pulkovo Airport in St. Petersburg. Flight tracking data from Flight Trader showed Putin and Witkoff last met in the Kremlin on March 13th, when the Russian leader conveyed information and additional signals to US President Donald Trump via Witkoff, according to Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov. The Russian presidential spokesman did not specify the topics that Putin and Witkoff had discussed. So here is my quick comment on this. Actually, as far as Steve Witkoff, I don't know if you've seen this interview he gave on Tucker Carlson. It was actually, in my opinion, just my opinion. All the respect, I really like Tucker Carlson, and I appreciate immensely what he's doing, but that interview I really didn't like. I'm sure some of you have seen it. If you haven't, check it out. It tells you a lot about this person who I just mentioned here, and that's all I will say. Now, as far as, let me check what else I have for you for today. As far as Ukraine, another article from TASS, and this is about those candidates for the next president of Ukraine. So let's look. This article is talking about the Russophobia and what kind of candidates we can expect in Ukraine. It's from today, April 11th. Official does not see other than Russophobic candidates running for presidency in Ukraine. So let's read this. Only anti-Russian politicians could vie for presidency in Ukraine, Kherson region governor Vladimir Saldo told TASS. In a Russophobic Ukraine, a candidate who could be acceptable to Russia will simply not be allowed to run for presidency, the official said. I cannot see any politicians in today's political environment in Ukraine who could be such a candidates, he continued. So what do you think is going to happen there? I mean, I think we already discussed this so many times. Who's going to be in charge of parts of Ukraine? And those who will be in charge will put their own people to be in charge, pretty much. Now, I want to go to an accident, steel accident, that looks very suspicious to me. My condolences to everyone who has been affected by this, including the family. It's not my intention to be mocking this at all. I really have condolences for everyone who is suffering because of it. However, I feel something is very strange about this accident. This took place yesterday in New York City, and this is the helicopter crash. First, I'm going to play a short video with this accident, this tragedy, in which married couple and their 3 children, and of course the pilot of helicopter, have died. Helicopter crash in Hudson River. And then we will read who was this man who died. If you already know that he was connected to something, or maybe he knew something about someone who not supposed to be shared with the public, please put in the comment down below, because I don't know what this person was connected to or who was trying to remove him and succeeded in that. But I think there is some story behind it, and that's for sure. So let's look at this video. I will mute myself first, and then I will read you about that man, the father of those 3 children who died in that helicopter crash yesterday.
I live in Jersey City, right on the Hudson River, so my windows face Manhattan. And I work from home, so I actually heard it before I saw it. I was sitting here at my desk and I heard what sounded like a series of gunshots. It was a very loud, repetitive sound in the air. So I looked out my window right here and I saw a helicopter falling to pieces. And I watched multiple pieces splash down into the river below.
Right, everyone. So as you can read in this video, it says police said that the passengers were a family of tourists visiting from Barcelona. All right, so who was the family? Let's read this. Something is quite suspicious about it. I just feel this man was either knowing too much or he was part of something. One moment, let me find it right here. Again, I'm not mocking, I'm trying to find out what's going on. His name was Agustin Escobar. Who was Agustin Escobar? Siemens executive killed in New York chopper crash. Agustin Escobar died along with his wife and 3 children when their helicopter crashed into the Hudson River during a family trip to New York City. Agustin Escobar, a top Spanish executive at technology company Siemens, was among 6 people killed in a helicopter crash on Thursday. His wife, Merce Camprubi Montal, and their 3 children, aged 4, 5, and 11. Horrible. Oh, he's so young. And also died when their chopper crashed into the Hudson River. The Barcelona-based family was reportedly on a sightseeing trip in New York City. The pilot, who also died in the crash, has not yet been publicly identified. The New York City Fire Department received a call at around 3:15 p.m. reporting that a Bell 306 helicopter plunged into the river along Manhattan. Hours later, Mayor Eric Adams confirmed all 6 people on board were dead. So who was Agustin Escobar? First, he was the chief executive of Siemens' Spanish division. He studied electrical industrial engineering at Universitat Pontificia Comillas. I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. In 2002, he completed an MBA from Universitat de Alcalá. In 2005, he also did an executive MBA in business administration from IE Business School, as per his LinkedIn account. So this is education. I really care more here about his career. He worked at Siemens for more than 27 years. He started working at the company in 1998 as head of sales and project management for power automation systems in Spain. Over the years, he took on bigger roles and led several business units, winning multiple Siemens country awards along the way. He also worked on electric car infrastructure projects across Southwest Europe. In 2010, he moved to New York City to handle international business development in North America. After that, he worked in Bogota, Colombia, where he managed over 1,300 employees and 3 factories. In 2016, his division was named Siemens' best performing business worldwide. Mr. Escobar came back to Spain in 2018 to become CEO of Siemens Rail Automation, SAU, and Siemens Mobility, SLU, where he led major rail projects with over 1,000 employees. From 2019 to 2024, he was also CEO of Siemens Mobility for the Southwest Europe region, covering Spain, France, Portugal, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Greece, and parts of Africa with a team of more than 3,000. So what do you think, guys? Maybe you already know. Something is very suspicious here, and as soon as I hear some conspiracy, conspiracy theories, I will update you on this, but right away I felt there is something much bigger behind this helicopter crash here. And I will end this video with the short clip I came across this morning. This is from Instagram, and this is talking about China and what's happening in some parts of China in regards to those tariffs that President Trump is putting on China. I think now from 104% and it went to 120 something. But I want to play it and I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this video? And do you think this is accurate or it's not accurate? So let me mute myself now and let's go to my Instagram. By the way, follow me there. It's Ania_K_45.
拆床没人，都说我造谣，造屁的谣啊！
So Trump's tariffs of 104% just hit China effective as we speak. Now, Chinese factories have already released notice to their employees that they're going to be shutting down for a holiday, but they will get some compensations, like very little. But the thing is, it seems manufacturing is going to slow down quite a lot in China. And this is way more devastating for the Chinese economy than it is for the United States. And China is retaliating by boosting the reciprocal tariffs up to 84% to match that of the United States. But they don't care about the livelihoods of the Chinese people, right? But in the end, here's what I'm trying to say is that Trump Thanos'd on the Chinese manufacturing, and we already have videos to show it.
拆床没人。
So I would really like to know if there is anyone watching me from China. I know I had some viewers from there. If you can share, I don't know if you can, if this is true or if this is not, I would really appreciate, because it's always the best when we hear from people who are from the very country that we are talking about. Well, those who are aware, of course, but you know, not everyone is. So that's all I have for you today, everyone. I will attach the links down below in the description box. I really appreciate you watching my videos. I know I'm not so consistent lately like I used to be, but I do need some energy boost. So I might be taking some break. But so far, so good. Thank you so much for hitting thumbs up if this content brings you any value. And if you choose to support my work, become my Patreon, or you can also become a member of my channel, join the membership. And that's all for today. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.